الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الله جل جلاله في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد كل نفس ذائقة الموت صدق الله العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. I begin by praising the one and only who is upholding the skies without any pillars, the absolute creator of all, the most powerful one, the most kind one, the most compassionate one, the most forgiving one. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon the coolest of our eyes, the perfect role model for you and I to follow, the one who was sent as mercy to the worlds, our beloved Messenger of Allah, Sayyiduna wa Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. After praising Allah the Almighty and after sending peace and blessings upon His noble Messenger, distinguished ulama-i kiram, a'imma, my honorable brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is an absolute honor for me to be present in this beautiful gathering. A gathering in which you and I collectively are celebrating and commemorating the life of an individual that was not only loved by the people around him, but was loved by thousands around the globe. I have said this privately many times ever since I heard about the passing of Brother Rommel, but today publicly I want to thank Allah the Almighty who introduced Rommel in my life. I want to take this opportunity in thanking Allah that He gave us the opportunity to meet such a young man. And you have heard yourself today from scholars to nasheed artists how wonderful of an individual he was. So it's an absolute honor for myself to have known Brother Rommel. My honorable brothers and sisters, as a Muslim, you have two rights. One of the rights are known as huququllah, the rights of Allah. And the second is huququl ibad, the rights of humanity, the rights to the creation of Allah. Allah the Almighty can forgive someone who falls short in the rights to Him, but He, the most merciful one, will never forgive someone who falls short in the rights of humanity, who falls short in the rights of the creation of Allah. No doubt we know and we have heard that he was a God-fearing individual. He was a man who had deep love for the religion. He was a kind, generous, caring individual. These are his rights with Allah. Lekin alhamdulillah, Rommel was a man who never fell short of the rights towards humanity. And this is something that stands out and shines like a shining star. You know, Iman and Islam, it's not the name of a big beard. It's not the name of wearing long thobes. It's not the name of wearing a turban on your head. The real message of Islam, the real message of this beautiful religion is what? It's caring for humanity. And this is why when our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, was introduced to the world, he was not introduced as mercy for Muslims, mercy for men, mercy for women. How was the beloved of Allah and our beloved, how was he introduced? Open the verses of the Quran. Let Allah talk to me and you and see how Allah introduced his beloved to the world. He says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, which translates to the nearest meaning, that we have not sent you except as mercy for the worlds. We have not sent you except as a mercy for the worlds. And this was the unique, outstanding character of the Prophet ﷺ. How he would show his mercy and compassion to the Muslims. And this was the very right thing that Rommel adopted. And this was the very thing that Rommel executed in his life. Not only was he concerned about the Muslim community of Trinidad, but on a number of occasions he spoke to me that, Imam, I know you're traveling to Tanzania, I know you're doing charity work in East Africa, but Imam, we need to do something for our community, for the human being of Trinidad and Tobago, without the boundary of religion, without this title of Islam. And he would say to me always, okay, Imam, religion, charity has no religion, which is exactly what we want. So the outstanding thing about this man was what? That his hukukullah was outstanding. You've heard from these videos, you've heard from so many people that are bearing witness that he was a God-fearing individual. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight today was his hukuk, his rights to humanity, to the people. He was a passionate individual. My honorable brothers and sisters, we only are created to die. Death is a reality, regardless of which faith you follow, regardless of what gender you are, regardless of the color of your skin. Death is something that unanimously we all agree upon. So the reality of life is death. The reality of life is death. Why? Because death is the only certain thing that there is no dispute, there is no negotiation. Death is certain. Everything else in our life is uncertain. Our graduation is uncertain. A person plans for 100 years, yet he does not know about the next second that's about to approach. My honorable brothers and sisters, the wise one is he who takes heed from the passing away of Brother Rommel. He has reached the greatest happiness, as I mentioned last night in my talk, at the family house, that the greatest happiness of a believer is what? It's death. Alhamdulillah, he has reached that state. Now for me and you, our responsibility, our duty is what? We tend to think that death will come to someone whose hair has turned white. We tend to think that death will come to someone who is elderly. Like Rommel's passing away has once again taught us that kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut, every soul that has come into existence will taste death, regardless of where you are. You may be in the heights of the mountain, maybe in the depths of the ocean. If your time is up, then there's no one that can move that. There is no one that can escape that. You will go past that track, that journey of death. Therefore, the wise one is he who takes heed from these stories, who takes heed from these tragic news and changes the direction of their lives, changes the way he thinks. My honorable brothers and sisters, I sincerely make dua because I'm very conscious of the time. And inshallah tonight at the family house I'll be speaking again after Salatul Maghrib. So I take this opportunity inviting all of you there. But for now, I conclude, my honorable brothers and sisters, by saying that Alhamdulillah, Rommel has done so much in such a short period of his life. And it reminds me of that hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The noble messenger of Allah mentioned, the ulama are present, that on the day of judgment when there will be no shade. We learn from tradition, from the narrations, that the sun will be at a mile's distance. Humanity will be drowning in their own sweat. Can you imagine? The state of nafsi, the state of that day when the sun will be at a mile's distance. Humanity are drowning in their own sweat. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gives us the glad tidings that there will be 7 categories of people that on that day when there is no shade, they will gain the shade from the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will gain the shade from the throne of Allah the Almighty. And one of those 7 categories is what? A young man who spent his life in pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who spent his age of youth in the devotion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his love and in the love of the Messenger of Allah. That individual will gain shade on the day when there is no shade, and that shade for him will come from the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What an honor, what an honor. Allahu Akbar. Therefore, I certainly believe, inshallah, and I pray from the deepest depth of my heart, that may our beloved brother Rommel be from amongst those people who gains shade from the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My honorable brothers and sisters, his work speaks volumes. And like many of the videos that we watched, we heard that it's our responsibility to continue the beautiful legacy of Brother Rommel. You know, there's no doubt that he's gone, but he will never, ever be forgotten. He will live in our hearts, he will live in our thoughts, and he will live through the work that we will do through his name, inshallah. I was extremely honored and I was so happy last night when I sat with his friends and his sister. And they informed me about their intentions, that they want to continue this legacy. They were seeking advice, Imam, how do we continue the beautiful work that Rommel has done? I spoke with them last night and I'm honored to stand in front of all of you and so many of you and announce that inshallah in the coming weeks, coming days, coming months, you will see some outstanding work being done in the name of Brother Rommel, inshallah. I personally endorse the work that will be taking place under the name of Brother Rommel. Be it charity work, be it work for education, be it bringing the youth back into the masajid, be it introducing Islam to non-Muslims, whatever projects there are, alhamdulillah, I take this opportunity to endorse it and also to humbly request all of you to be part of this. We all loved Rommel, and that's the reason that his love has brought us here this morning. And alhamdulillah, each and every one of us, inshallah, will become ambassadors of the work that we will all do together in the name of Brother Rommel Rambali. I conclude by making dua, and I'm certain, inshallah, we are grieving every day. We remember this brother. Like what gives me contentment, what gives me satisfaction was that he spoke to my brother a night before. He said, I have made all my arrangements. Tell Imam where do I send the money so I can travel with him to Umrah. He had intention to perform Umrah. He had intention to complete his Iman and his faith. He served the Muslims. He served humanity. He looked out for non-Muslims. He looked out for Muslims. So much he has done. I am content that he is in a grave which is illuminating with all of this work that he has done. And I am content that he gained the ziyarah, the sighting of the best of creation, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then the photo that Sister Rhonda sent me shocked me. And I was so overwhelmed to see that photo. And I make dua that may we all die by testifying the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He died in a tragic accident, yet his shahada finger is up saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. What an honor, what an honor, subhanallah. I make dua from the deepest depth of my heart that may Allah grant him the loftiest place in Jannah, inshallah. May Allah give him the companionship of the Prophet of Mercy, Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his entire family and friends with contentment, with sabr, inshallah. His siblings and his sister Sonia, brother Romeo, and sister Rhonda. Rhonda's sister was very, very close to Rommel. I make du'as for her, especially in this gathering, and I request all of you to make du'as for all the family, and especially for Sister Rhonda. Allah give her istiqamah, Allah give her steadfastness, and Uncle Mubin and Auntie, may Allah give them sabr as well. And may Allah give all of us sabr. We're all grieving. May Allah give all of us patience through this difficult time, but may we become part of the legacy of Brother Rommel Rambali. I conclude with the very same words that Rommel Rambali alayhi rahmah has left this world, but will never ever be forgotten. He lives in our hearts. Jazakumullah.